You're a woman in IT security.
Oh no.
There's not a lot of you, right? You're not a unicorn, but you're pretty close, right? So what have you learned from your career as you think about, that aspect of your career, being a woman, in a male-dominated field, right? What advice or what kind of guidance or suggestions would you give to other women who might be interested in getting into the field?
That there are different ways to get into the field. And the biggest way I can recommend in cybersecurity is start with an IT job. Really, first and foremost, work for an IT company, work for like an MSP, work for the government, start with that. Because if you can have the almost like wearing your badge of honor, right? You've gone through the trenches, you've done a tour, like right. You've been in it, you've spent time, or maybe you survived the CrowdStrike outage and you had to go individually reboot every computer. Right. Then we could say like, oh wow, you have been through it.
Yeah.
So starting when you get into cybersecurity is one, networking, and then having that, starting your experience that you absolutely do need to have. And then the other thing is networking too. I think IT is such a unique place. I used to, when I was first getting into this field, I used to walk into conference rooms and count how many women in the room, and that's not where my brain works anymore. I'm trying to look at it as all the same thing. And then those conversations that we have with other women, you'll know, because it just, I don't know, I think it hits different, where you're now able to have more EQ leveled conversations. You have this center of gravity that comes into play when you're speaking to other women in the field, because it's almost like, like, oh, you've been through it.
Shared experience, right?
We're in it together.